You should watch First to Third because of your commitment to excellence,
Drunken debauchery.
athletic achievement,
PBR.
competition,
Women.
money.
Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. Come on. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat or the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know him.
Kickballer, save $20 at customink.com. Check it out.
All right, welcome to First to Third. This week we are fortunate to have Ryan Demers, producer and director of Battle for the Boot, winner of the 2011 Golden Ace Award at the Las Vegas Film Festival. Thank you for coming, Ryan. You also have Paul, your co-director and producer.
Yeah, Paul Pendle, co-director and producer, Battle for the Boot.
Hey, Paul, welcome.
Guys, I'm excited to have you guys on here today.
Yeah, this is big time.
This is the best, but the have you guys seen the other kickball documentary?
No.
I was trying to find. There's another kickball documentary that just came out right before us about some dead guy in Chicago. So I'm sure it was a real downer.
Sounds way better.
Yeah.
So Paul, listen, tell us a little bit about Battle for the Boot. We're gonna put a link to the trailer in the show so everyone can check it out and see where they can get a copy. But give us the synopsis and the main players in the movie.
Okay, well, it's about a documentary about the Denver Kickball Coalition, which was founded in 2005 after being sort of an unofficial league for a few years before that. And we document the entire 2009 season, which runs from like May to the end of August. And interspersed with that, we interviewed the guy who was sort of responsible for founding the league. And we go between the current 2009 back to the founder, whose name is Joe Phillips, and telling the story of how this whole organization came to be. So we go all the way from opening day to the end of the season, where there's a championship game called the Boot, because they played for a spray-painted golden boot, ski boot. And that's the everything everyone's fighting for. So,
how'd you guys find this whole scene? Like, how'd you get introduced to kickball? Do you play?
Yeah, I wasn't playing when I did the movie. Ryan had been playing for a few years, and now I do play, so it kind of got me into it.
Yeah, we were getting drunk one day, and I told him that I played in this kind of rogue kickball league, and I played since I think the original organized season, so 2005. And I said, hey, we might as well make a movie about these assholes, because who knows how long they're going to be alive. I don't know.
I hear that, dude.
Quote of the day.
So,
we might as well make a movie
in the
about
league,
these assholes.
And you appreciated the debauchery, and that was the inspiration for this film?
Yeah, it'll be cool when you see it. We actually filmed the Denver Kickball Coalition, or the DKBC, playing against WACA and playing against WASA and some of these other pay leagues. And there's just a difference in the kind of character that these people, in other words, they're just a bunch of really drunken assholes that everybody hates when they play them. So it's great entertainment, especially to see them play WACA teams. You'll see that in the movie where it kind of gets to the point of almost fighting, and there is a fight and all that kind of good stuff.
I saw that in the video. Yeah, and also we have a buddy, friend of the podcast. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Dice Kickball.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he likes to go down there and play you guys and get wasted every now and then.
Yeah, I had first contacted him, I think maybe in 2010, because I was the commissioner in 2010, and that was the first year we played. I don't know if they were called Spork or something before that, but yeah, they're Dice now, and we kind of had our first game against them in 2010.
So you guys are familiar with a little bit of the kickball scene around the country? Do you know Brooklyn kickball?
Yeah, we Brooklyn Kickball used to be the Brooklyn Kickball Coalition, so they're kind of a spin-off of the Denver Kickball Coalition.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think they're a pay league now and they're different, but yeah, we're kind of familiar with them because some of them used to play in the DKBC and then they moved to Brooklyn.
No kidding. I did not know that. Learn something new every day.
It's funny because we've been talking that your video reminds us a hell of a lot like the Brooklyn Kickball League.
Right.
Yeah. That makes perfect sense.
They even have a commish in Brooklyn.
Makes even more sense now. These people, you know, the hipster-loving people, and it's funny because you don't think they're athletic because they're wearing jean shorts and no shoes sometimes, but some of these guys can play, and it's pretty entertaining to watch because they'll be wearing like a full costume, kicking the hell out of the ball.
Oh yeah, I mean some of these guys, as I said, I'm relatively new. This is my third year playing, but yeah, some of those guys are amazing, and you wouldn't think because they pretty much, I don't know, they just sit around and drink all day, or you wouldn't think that they're pretty athletic, but they are.
I'll tell you what, though, you go into the field and you think that people who are wearing jeans are not taking it seriously, but jeans are actually performance-enhancing equipment because those fields are so terrible that when you slide, you got to be protected, man. You want to wear like Carhartts out there.
I had to wear a condom one Sunday. I was so nervous.
I've had my whole leg ripped off. We play on dirt, which some of the other leagues refuse to play on the dirt. Particularly Waka, they play on grass.
Not walking New York City, my friend. But keep going.
We play on concrete.
Yeah, concrete, syringe-covered grass,
honestly,
it all.
That's like
I saw that. I was impressed by. I think some of our people went on a tour last year, and I think they played Brooklyn on a concrete court. So yeah, I was particularly impressed with that. I can't even imagine how you go about playing.
Oh, it's terrible.
Concrete, so.
Yeah, you don't want to do it. It's awful.
Yeah.
The Karen Park where Brooklyn kickball plays is bad enough.
Yeah.
You got to wear protection, dude, or you're gonna end up burned. That's all I'm saying.
We played a season on clay tennis courts one year, and it was pretty much equivalent to dirty concrete.
Oh, dude, but that was awesome. When it rained, it was like double dare.
Yeah. And then we go to a bar with guys in like suit and ties that were on their happy hour. It was a great mix of people.
Dude, straight from the investment bank. A bunch of like bright red muddy kickballers walk in. That was outstanding. So what team do you guys play on? Is your team good?
Good. Well, last year I played on a team called the Dandy Fops, and we actually had a pretty good season. I think we were 4-8, but we managed to get into the playoffs. I like to call it the Denver Broncos of that season. Even though we weren't that great, somehow we managed to squeeze in the playoffs there, which we lost in our first playoff round, but it was still pretty good. And the year before, I was on the Suburban Home Shockinators, which wasn't that great of a team, but we drank a lot and had a lot of fun, so that was great.
Is this more of a party on the field, or you guys all go to a bar after too?
No, it's pretty serious on the field. These guys get really intense, as you'll see. But yeah, we just usually go off to the bar afterwards. But I mean, there's plenty of drinks around, but it's not one of those things where you're like, they've done some,
You don't have a keg sitting at second base, right?
a couple times they've had it, but mainly not.
How do you get involved in this league?
Yeah, I think. Go ahead.
Where can we pick this movie up? You mentioned it earlier.
Yeah, we have it. We have it available on DVD for $5, or you can get it on Amazon.com, Instant Play. So if you go to Battle for the Boot website and get in contact with me, you can buy a DVD, or you can just go watch it instantly on Amazon.com.
That's convenient.
Awesome.
Now I'm excited about this movie.
So what are you guys working on now? You got any new projects coming up?
Yeah, we do. We have a new movie that we're in post-production on. This is actually has actors in it. Actually, it has some of the kickball people in it. it's a movie about a private detective that has to go through the world of furries. If you're familiar with furries, so we're hoping that that's going to make it into Sundance and Tribeca and all the big festivals.
Do you go to like any furry conventions?
There's a big furry convention here in Denver. They have every summer, but I don't think they like us because we portrayed them as fucking in animal costumes. So
well, don't they fuck in animal costumes? Or did I miss
yeah, but some of them, yeah, they get upset over that. So I don't know. What do you think, Paul?
Yeah, it's a private detective gets in a kidnapping case and involves furries and also lucha libre wrestlers. And a lot of the people that we cast are in the kickball league because one thing we found out when we were doing the kickball movie is that all these hipsters or whatever, a lot of them, are artists, musicians, graphic artists. And so we used all that to help make the kickball movie. All the songs in the movie are all by Denver bands, many of whom play in that league, as well as all the graphic design and artwork. So when it came time to do this narrative movie, we actually wrote it with some of those people in mind, including the founder of the league plays villain sort of in it. So
that's awesome.
Very cool.
So
that does sound fun, man.
Did you guys learn anything about kickball when you were making the movie? It seems like there's almost a surprise at how passionate people get about the game. Did you get any insight into it as you were?
I can say as I came from as a complete outsider, I only knew of them because they would hang out in the bar I hung out in, and so they'd come in every Sunday, all browsing, and see the material to join up, and then. So yeah, I got involved just shooting it, and then I ended up filling in a couple times when I wasn't shooting, and I got to know the people, and I really enjoyed it. So it was all new to me and how people get really passionate about it and the athleticism involved. So it's a lot harder than I thought it was when I started playing.
Yeah, we're all those wackos that take it too seriously. We're part of that.
Dude, yeah, but we all started in the same place. The first time I ever went out to a kickball game, I was like, thinking, what is wrong with these people? Are they crazy? What are they yelling about? Here I am 5 years later hosting a podcast about kickball. So
I know it's pretty embarrassing to think about not having played it since maybe 5th grade, and then all of a sudden you're making a movie about it that shows at the Denver Film Festival. So it's pretty wild.
Like with any other embarrassing thing, you just gotta own it.
Here's a funny thing. Apparently, some guy that you wouldn't think normally, sort of very reserved type Republican guy from Wyoming, came down to the festival and he said it was the best movie he saw on the festival.
Wow.
And we're talking about like Oscar-nominated movies.
That's awesome.
And then the initial screening of it was quite the time because we had a pre-party across the breezeway from the theater at an art gallery with free drinks and all that. And so all the people in the movie showed up, and everyone got liquored up, and we showed the movie, and it was just crazy. I mean, people were just sort of Rocky Horror type stuff.
Yeah.
So that was and then I heard about the next day, like hanging out at the filmmakers lounge, people were like talking like, did you hear about that movie last night where people were yelling and throwing things? So it got notorious a little bit at the film festival.
So these guys travel a little bit, this Denver squad, right?
Yeah, they have a group. Well, I mean, we could go on about what this league looks like now because it's changed a lot. But there was an original group called the Vanimals, and the Vanimals would basically quit their jobs and they would tour the country playing kickball. This was back when a lot of the independent leagues still existed. So Brooklyn was still, the way they were previously, and I think New Hampshire has a league, and Chicago has a league. But basically, they went all across the country and played different teams. So we're briefly in the left field documentary, the kickball documentary, because we played that Chicago team when they were filming. So
okay.
I guess we're just kind of in both movies then. So
They just had a tour this summer where they went around for 2 weeks, and I think they hit New York, Chicago, Kansas City, something like that. So,
How do we not know about this?
Where did they come? Where did they come to the Brooklyn tournament?
I think you have to look on where are their photos. There's a way. I'll send you guys an email of the stuff from their tour because, like I said, they played on some concrete court in New York, but I'm not sure exactly where that was. So I guess you'll be able to kind of identify the different places they went to around the country, and so yeah, I'll get that stuff to you guys.
Sounds like a dream job.
That'd be great.
Yeah, that is awesome. Well, we're always super excited when we meet other people who are as obsessed with kickball and who have the wherewithal and skills to actually do something about it, like make a movie. So I'm super excited to watch this. I know that the fans back home are going to be psyched. Hopefully, you guys are going to get a lot of downloads out of this episode. But we're definitely
we got a lot of awesome feedback on the forum when we posted the trailer.
Yeah, totally. Hey, kickball365.com/forum. You guys should just log in there, and there's like kickball nerds aplenty. So any kickball related projects that you have, post a link on there. People are really welcoming, and I'm sure they'd love to check out your stuff. So yeah, it's another avenue.
Cool. Well, thanks
Awesome.
guys for having us on, and yeah, everybody check out the movie. And if you guys want to come to Denver and play the DKBC, I'm sure they'll set something up here this summer. So
Awesome.
Sign me up for that party.
Adrock, let's talk about this because we got a couple people on our team that just moved to Denver, and we got friends out there. We always got Dice Kickball. We like Dice Kickball.
Yeah.
So guys, again, the movie is Battle for the Boot. Thank you to Ryan and Paul for coming on and sharing that with us. We're going to go download it right now. And we'll have to have you guys back to talk about your next project.
Great.
Cool.
Thanks.
Thanks,
All right,
guys.
thanks, guys.
All right, take it easy, guys.